and welcome back to my channel ASMR with Neve, and welcome if you are new here. So today's video is just a live update, sort of chatty video, because it is my birthday. Woohoo! So I am turning 22 on the day that this video goes up, which is tomorrow. So as you're watching this, I am probably out for dinner celebrating my birthday, and I will be 22 years old, so that's pretty cool. So I just thought I'd give you a bit of a live update about what's been happening recently and sort of what I've been up to for my birthday. And before we get into that, I just want to explain why my background keeps changing, because I don't know if you mind or care or if it's something you've even noticed, but this is my room, this is my bedroom, and as you can see, I did finally get a piece of art for my back wall, which I am so happy about. And I've got another one just over there as well, which I love. But my house is a semi-detached house, and the next door neighbour's bedroom is on the other side of my wall, and they are quite old. I think like in their 90s, like they're quite old, so their hearing isn't great, which means that they have the TV on quite loud in the day in their bedroom, so that gets picked up by this mic. So most of the time I can't film in it, and I'm even scared that whilst I'm filming this they're going to turn the TV on and I'm going to be like, oh. So I've been filming in the spare room because there's no one else on sort of that side of the house, so you will probably be seeing both rooms a lot. And then also the video I did with my boyfriend was in the other spare room, which was my brother's room before, so you know, you might be seeing some different backgrounds. This is the one I want to use, I just can't always use it, and that's why. So like, because I've just made my room look really nice and I'm really happy with it at the moment, but it's just not always possible. And like, the thing that is most important is obviously getting the best ASMR sound, and the background is second to that for me anyway. So yes, let's get into it. So I've moved back to my hometown. I'm now living with my mum. So as I've said before, this is my mum's house and this is my room in her house. And that's been alright. Like, the move was fine. It was a bit stressful because I took all the pictures off my walls and like some of the paint came off, and I didn't have any paint, but we actually found some in our basement that the previous tenants had clearly used when they moved out. So my friend's dad brought a paintbrush around and we all like painted the little marks on our walls, so that ended up being okay. And my mum helped me move out, which was really lovely of her, and I did on all the packing and stuff, but she helped me like clean and like pack the car, because her car is a Toyota, so it's not super big, and I have a lot of stuff, so it was a bit of a struggle, but we did manage to fit everything in, which is great. So everything is back here now. I don't live in London anymore, which is sad, and like, I'm gonna miss it so much. But two of my best friends still live there or are moving back there pretty soon, so I can always go and stay with them, and I definitely will be doing that. And my sister also still lives in London, and some other friends from uni are still there, so there's lots of people there that I can go and see and stuff, so that is nice. But I will be missing London, and I do hope to move back there one day, just not sure when, in a couple of years at least, I think, because it's just really expensive and I don't want to live in London if I can't afford to, because as I said, yeah, everything's just so expensive, so it's better to save up and live here for a bit. So I have gone back to my job that I had before. It's just a hospitality job, so it's not what I want to be doing like in my life full time, but I'm happy doing it for now, although the pay is not great. Well, it's minimum wage and we don't really get many tips, so that's been like stressing me out a bit, because I feel like I'm doing so much work for, so minimum wage for my age group in the UK is £8.36 an hour, and it just doesn't feel like a lot. Like £8 is like one cocktail in the UK, or it's like, I don't know, might buy me a takeaway if I'm buying it with someone else, but probably wouldn't even stretch that. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like loads, but it's fine for now. I just need to think about in the future and what I want to do long term, because I need to sort of make a plan really. And also I've been having singing lessons to keep up my like musical theatre skills. I need to message her actually, because I need to organise my next lesson. And I've also joined a local musical theatre society in my area, so it's just for adults, which is nice, because like I don't mind kids, but I don't really want to be doing, like, I want it to feel like an adult group, and it definitely does. So I had a session for that 2 weeks ago, and then an audition a week ago, and I don't think that you have to be like super good to get in. It was just more like, you can't be completely terrible at singing. They need to know that you can carry a tune and you're not going to distract other people. So they said like, yeah, you're in, whatever, and asked like if I have any ideas for solo songs and stuff, so that's cool. So that is in a couple months, and that will be like performed in front of a live audience, so that's really exciting, because I haven't been able to sing live to people in a long time because of the pandemic. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and I've actually got my first rehearsal tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I've got work today, so it's the morning currently. I've got work in the afternoon, evening, and then I'll be going to the session afterwards. And my work have been quite good, because I've said to them like, look, I can't do these 2 evenings every week now. They're both weekdays, so it's not too much of a problem, because our busy time is the weekend. But they've been really good, like they let me finish at 6 today so that I can go to the session, so that's really good. What else? So apart from that, I've just been walking my dog a lot, hanging out with my boyfriend, and seeing my friends really, and that's kind of about it. Nothing too exciting. I recently got my UK provisional driving licence from the Irish passport office, because I got an Irish passport, so that I can like have an EU passport, because it's so much better to be in the EU in my opinion. So I got my Irish passport so that I can like live and work in the EU, which is amazing, and I'm really happy to have it. But that meant that they had my provisional for a while, and I finally got it back the other day, which is great, because I can finally book my driver's lessons, because I don't know how to drive yet. But it's something that I really want to do whilst I'm at home, because I think it's just the perfect time. I'm not paying rent. I buy my own shopping and stuff, like my food shop, but my monthly outgoings aren't very high, and driving lessons are really expensive, so it's a good time for me to be able to afford them. They're like £30 an hour, and if you have 2-hour lesson, like a 2-hour lesson block, that is £60 for the lesson, and that's every week. So, you know, it's quite expensive, and you need to do about 40 hours, they say, on average. Some people learn faster. Apparently the younger you learn, the faster you are, and I'm 21, 22 now. So if I'd have done it at 17, it might have taken me a bit less, but I really don't mind, it's fine. I'm happy to do it now. So I'm looking forward to that, and I need to book that. Another thing I need to write down to do, because I keep forgetting all these things. But yeah, I'm going to do that soon. So this past weekend, 2 of my amazing friends came up from London to come and see me for my birthday, and they stayed for 2 nights, and that was really, really nice. And we went out in Manchester with them and 3 of my other friends from here on the Friday night, and that is actually the first time that me and one of my other friends from London have been out since the pandemic. Like, we've been to bars and stuff, but we've never been to a club, and so it was a bit like, oh, but we are both double jabbed now, and I've been going to work. My work basically turns into a nightclub at the weekend, so I figured like, well, I'm putting myself at risk by going to work, so I might as well enjoy the side of it as well, and actually be a customer and go out to a club. and it was fine, and it was really fun. I've also done a corona test since then, and it was negative, so we're all good on that front. But yeah, it was so fun just to be able to dance and like not be nervous about it, and just like get quite drunk and like just have fun really. And the club that we went to, there was a 90s night on, so that was really, really fun. I love 90s music, like it's just like bop after bop really, and I think it's something that everyone could enjoy. Like all my friends enjoyed the music, so that was really good. And then we went to the Gay Village in Manchester, and their clubs stay open a bit later, and they're just really fun to go to. I like going to them after I've been to another club, and you can just like run around, and it's just quite fun. So we went there, and we were out probably till about 5 a.m, 5:30. I got home about 6, went to sleep, and then woke up about 12, because I would normally probably go back to sleep, but my friends were awake, and obviously they're staying at my house, so I didn't want to be rude, so I just got up when they got up, and then like we went downstairs and had breakfast and stuff, but we were all pretty hungover, and then we just went and sat on the sofa and watched a film, and eventually had a nap on the sofa together because we were all so tired. And then my dad and my little sister came around as well because they wanted to meet my friends, so that was really nice, and just had a cup of tea. But I mean, we all looked so worse for wear. I opened the door and I was like, hi. But that was really nice. And then we went out for dinner that night, to an Italian restaurant near me, so we didn't want to go back into Manchester again, just because well, we'd already done it the night before, and they had to get the train the next day, so I didn't want to make them stay out super late. So we went for a meal, and my boyfriend came too, so that was really nice. Had some wine and some pasta and stuff. It was really good, but the service at the restaurant was pretty bad. Like, my friend is gluten-free, so I checked the menu before I went to see that they had things that she could eat. She's not like allergic, she's just intolerant, and so she ordered something that literally says made without gluten in next to the thing, and the waiter was like, oh, do you want something else? You can't have the potatoes that come with it. And he was like, do you want like fried courgettes? And she was like, yeah, okay. But I'd looked on the menu and the fried courgettes didn't have gluten-free next to them. And then literally probably about an hour after we ordered, like we'd had the starters, and also again, our starter came, she had asked for just olives because it didn't have gluten in, and olives is like pretty basic, you just put them in the bowl, like you don't have to cook anything. And she was waiting for like 5-10 minutes, and she was like, are my olives coming? And he was like, oh, and then just like went and got them. They'd clearly just been sat there and no one had brought them over, so that was pretty bad. And then yeah, like an hour or so after we'd ordered, he came over and was like, oh, the courgettes have got gluten in, is there anything else I can get you? And then by this point I'd had some wine, so I was a bit more confident. I was like, it says on the menu that the potato is gluten free, so please can you just go and check? And then he went and checked, and he was like, oh yeah, it's fine, and like just walked past. I was like, it's fine. It was really annoying, and just so many things happened. Like we could see the bar from where we were sat, and when we'd ordered dessert, I didn't get dessert, the girls got dessert, my boyfriend got an espresso martini, and he was watching them make it, and he made his, well, what we thought was his, and it was in the end. And then they were making another cocktail, and he was like, oh, I don't know if that one's mine or not. And the bartender making it dips his straw in to taste it. Like, I guess I do that sometimes to check that it tastes okay, but you just do it once and then you stop. And then he put the same straw back in the cocktail again, in the tin, so that's like double dip, so he's basically put his mouth in someone's drink, and then he pours it out into the glass and then tries it again for a third time, and I was just like, that's so gross. And luckily, obviously if it'd come to our table we would have said no, we're not having that, but it went to someone else, so like we didn't say anything, but it was just really gross to watch. And then again, the same thing happened with the desserts. My friend's dessert came and he like threw the spoon down. It was really rude. And then hers came. Normally, like, you should bring their meals at the same time. Then we were waiting for my friend who's gluten-free's dessert, which was ice cream with like a shot of Di Serrano and coffee. I think it's called an affogato. I've never had it before, but that's what she wanted. And actually it was one of the only things she could have. Like, they didn't have any gluten-free like desserts really, it was just the ice cream. And then so again we're waiting like 10 minutes, and then she's like to him like, where is it coming? And then he goes and gets it, he's like, oh, it's sorry, it's just because like the chef had to give the ice cream and then we had to go and get the coffee. And I was like, but bring them at the same time then, don't give her hers and then wait 10 minutes to get the other one, just wait for both of them to be ready and bring them at the same time. It was really bizarre, and they were just really rude. We had to ask 3 times for tap water, and the third girl that got it just got it straight away. Like, she was super good, but the other 2 were just like really rude. My friend had asked and she was just like, okay. I was like, right. And then we had to ask twice for dessert menus, which is weird because you'd think they'd want to sell us more things, but they just didn't care. And like, I work in hospitality, so I understand like you're not always in the best mood, and like I get it, it might not be what you want to do in life, but you're being paid to be there, and there's no need to be rude. Like, if you make a mistake, that's fine, just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't mind, like, just apologise or whatever, but don't be rude. They were so rude to us, and we were like, oh, we're not paying service. Like, I thought that they might just add the service onto the bill, and that we were going to have to ask to take it off. Because there was only 4 of us, they actually didn't add it on, so we didn't pay service because honestly they didn't deserve it. But we'd spent like £200 at this restaurant, and it was just a bit like annoying because the food was nice and the drinks were nice. It was just the people serving us weren't very nice. But I mean, it's fine, it's done now. So then we left there, and we'd been there for ages because we'd had to wait so long for all these different things that we wanted, and we'd seen other tables like come after us and leave before us because they were clearly having better service than us. And then we went to a bar, like, so the restaurant was like in the town over, so we went back to my town and then went to a bar before going to my work, which, as I said, sort of becomes a bit clubby, but it is a bar, but it's a bit more clubby at the weekend. So we went there, stayed there for a couple of hours, and that was really fun. Had a dance, had some cocktails because I get like discount on the drink, so it makes it a bit cheaper, which was nice. So went there, we had a lot of tequilas as well, and then we walked home and like went to the corner shop on the way home, got some weird snacks, came home, and then I think we'd been quite loud in the kitchen when we got home actually, but my mum said she couldn't hear us, so that's good. And yeah, and then we went to sleep. Like, my boyfriend literally passed out because he doesn't really drink much, so when he did drink, I think he just was like, I was so tired, so he just passed out in the middle of the bed, and I had to be like, oh, can you let me in the bed? So that was funny. And then he was really hungover the next day, and me and the girls were a bit, well, one of my friends wasn't hungover at all. We were so jealous of her, but she just couldn't get drunk. Like, she drank the same amount of us the night before, but it wasn't hitting her, whereas the rest of us were pretty drunk. I was a bit hungover. They were getting the train at like 12, so we got up at like 10 or whatever, had some breakfast, and then they had to go really, so got changed and went to the station with them. My mum drove, bless her, because they had like big bags, and like said bye, and then came back home and got changed, and then we went to John Lewis, which is like a big, it's not is it a department store? It's like a department store with loads of different things. Like, it's got makeup and beauty, homeware, clothes, like electronics, like just everything. They sell everything there. But I want to get a ring for my birthday from my mum, so we went to go and look at their rings, but they actually didn't really have any. They had some, but they were like £5,000, and obviously that's a lot of money. Like, we were not looking at that budget at all, so they didn't really have any in our price range, and to be honest, they just didn't really have any nice ones anyway. So I got my ring finger measured. I wanted one for my middle finger, so the lady was very kind. She measured my finger, and then we just ordered one online, so that should be coming today actually. I think my mum ordered it, or it might be tomorrow, but I don't mind. Like, my present's late, I really don't mind. I'm like 22 now. I feel like I obviously enjoy my birthday, but I'm a lot more chilled out about it. Like, I'm not expecting big things. My sister booked me a massage for my birthday, so that's my present from her. I'm really excited about that, to just like de-stress, and like my shoulders really need a massage, to be honest. And then I'm gonna go out for dinner with my mum, my brother and my boyfriend, so that'll be nice. We're going to a vegetarian restaurant. I'm a vegan and my boyfriend's vegetarian, so it's quite nice for us to just be able to have lots of choice, whereas normally some places you go, there's like 2 things that are vegan, so it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll have that. And like this, I like the fact that I'm going to be able to be like, oh my god, I don't know what to have. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for my birthday, and walking the dog, I guess, at some point, because my mum will be working. She'll probably work from home, but she'll still, you know, need to be at her desk for most of the day. So me and my boyfriend will probably walk the dog. So that'll be nice, just chilled out one, really. And I'm working the day after my birthday, so I can't even, like, well, I wouldn't anyway, but I can't really drink that much, because I don't want to be hungover at work. So that's it, really. I feel like this wasn't a very eventful life update, but that is my life at the moment. It's very simple, so, but you know, that's fine. I don't mind. It's kind of nice actually to just not have too many things to think about. Like, when I was at uni, sometimes I had to write everything in my calendar, and I still do that, but sometimes my calendar would get really confusing and I'd be like, oh my god, what am I doing? So it's nice to just chill out. I've been slacking on my running a bit. I've only been running once a week, and this week I didn't run at all. Well, last week, because my friends came and I just didn't have the time, but I will do it this week. I've got Thursday off and Friday actually. They've given me not many shifts this week, so that's a bit annoying. But yeah, those are my days off, so I'll probably go for a run on them and just sort of get back into it a bit. Probably a bit hard. It's always harder when you don't run, and then say if you don't run for a week, like, it feels like so much more hard work, whereas when you run consistently it feels really easy. So that's my bad, really, my bad. So now I best go and eat some breakfast, well, brunch at this point, and get ready for work, and then I need to drop my dog off before I go to work, so that she's not left alone all day. My boyfriend looks after her, so I'll drop her there, then go to work, and then got my rehearsal this evening, so quite a nice day for me. And then it's my birthday tomorrow, so yeah, pretty happy at the mo. I hope all you are doing well. I hope that you're feeling happy, or after this, hopefully you're feeling relaxed, and just sending my best wishes to you. So I will see you again really soon in my next video.